Welcome to Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. Turn up the volume. They're going to in downtown Bradenton. Plus, looking for love with a guarantee. We found one.
I'm Beneva Fruitville, host of Drag Queen Bingo. I have plenty of stories to tell, and so does the star of the Players musical Big Fish. We have a preview.
I'm Bo Beth, and you can look for a job the same way you look for a date. An app created right here on the Suncoast is changing the game of how people job hunt, and the inventor is here.
And I'm Linda Carson. Art meets high style right here on our runway with the iConcept Fashion Show. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Beneva Fruitville. Looking fabulous.
Thank you so much.
I love the hair.
Thank you.
It's like
It's
Farrah
my
Fawcett-y.
She said it's her.
It's
It's
her
my
own.
own. I paid for it.
That is true. You did.
I like that theory.
Thank
And
you.
I
So
But I was
envious
more
of your
talking about the
makeup.
color.
Oh, the color?
Yeah, that's.
It's that ombre.
I like that.
It's
Yeah.
the ombre.
It's the latest thing.
It makes me want to
is.
be adventurous.
Yes.
And dye my hair.
Beneva is adventurous.
Well,
if
the best
anything.
thing about wigs is that you can go buy one, try it on, see if you like it, and then you don't have to go through all the process of dyeing your own hair.
No commitment.
Exactly.
true.
And
like-
I'm all about no commitment, girl.
Good to know. Well, you would like us to commit to coming out to see you
Absolutely.
at Drag Queen Bingo. Tell us when the next big game is.
This Sunday at McCurdy's Comedy Theater, we're hosting Drag Queen Bingo, and it's going to be a great show filled with lots of fun and adult language and adult situations.
So even if the kids do not have school, because many do not on Monday, don't
Correct.
bring them. No,
Don't
this
bring
is
them.
not a kids bingo game.
The kids can sleep in, but you can stay out late.
Oh, I like
There you
the
go.
theory.
And I will tell you again, when I went to see Drag Queen Bingo, afterwards they said, "Were you shocked?" And I said, "Absolutely." When Beneva did that jump into the air and a complete split, I was stunned.
That's the most shocking part, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, there are other moments too. There are other moments.
At my age, I wasn't shocked.
It takes a lot to shock
I
this crew.
understood the jokes.
Takes a lot to shock this crew. Well, we have some great news from a friend that we want to share. JR's old Packing House Cafe is back in business. You may remember that part of the cafe was severely damaged in a fire last summer. It was forced to shut down, and the massive fire also destroyed 2 neighboring warehouses. But the restaurant reopened yesterday after months of repairs, and it is located on South Packing House Road off Palmer in Sarasota. Such a good thing, because I remember when we've talked to JR about it, you know, when something like that happens, you're forced to tell your employees, hey, we don't have any way to work for the next, you know, umpteen months, and that's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Several months, poor
yeah,
guy.
8 months, I think, if we do the math.
Oh, how hard for them.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
finally, a happy ending.
Absolutely. So good news there, and some good Cuban food as well. There's some great food in the kitchen today. We want to welcome back Chef Jay from Jack Dusty at the Ritz. What are we making today?
Hello, we're making Gulf Grouper with Zinfandel poached pear and Katafi crust.
Ooh, there was a lot of nice words all in
I
that
know.
menu item, wasn't there? All right, grouper and Zinfandel, and I was commenting on the Swiss chard, which remind me of being forced to sit at the table until it was gone as a child. So I'm thinking that Chef Jay's probably made it a lot more appealing
I'm
than
sure.
it was as a child. So, all right, we look forward to joining
That's a
him.
nightmare.
What's that? When you have to sit
Sitting
there? Did you
there.
have to do that? Were there
I
foods?
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do people do that anymore? Like
I
my
don't think
kids are
so.
like,
I don't
I'll be
know.
hungry.
Yeah, my parents would say, children are starving in China.
Absolutely.
Eat that. And I never really figured that
In
out.
your decade, it
I
was China,
said-
and my decade was Africa. That's what I got
It
told.
wasn't anything about starving. It was just that you're just going to eat it because I said so. And I had to stay there. There were nights they would go to bed, and
Absolutely.
I would still be at that table. I was
Oh.
not allowed to leave.
Did they
until-
get up
Really?
to check in the
No,
middle of the
I
night?
slept at the table.
Oh my gosh.
I just ate all the food. I was hungry.
I gave in and ate it too. So Bobette's got her stubborn streak, and it served her well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if things went well for Bobette yesterday, though, and I'm glad to see that Linda and Bobette are doing okay today because we had an interesting
I forgot about it.
occurrence. First,
I forgot. How could I forget that?
Let's start with the social media comment. Funniest thing ever on Suncoast View. Yeehaw! Loving our Linda Kit Carson. Well, if you missed the funniest thing ever, Kit Carson is referring to Linda's roping skills.
I was aiming
She
at the bull.
roped Bobette.
The bull.
I wasn't even looking at the way, like, it was
Because
crazy.
you thought I'd hit the bull, didn't you?
I don't know.
I thought I'd
Watch
hit the bull.
this. She's swinging. She's and it's a perfect roping. Now I think at that point you would hog tie her and drag her in, right? Isn't that what you do with
That's
those
probably
calves?
what
Really,
happened
I've
next.
seen her in action. She can be tough.
But the fun, the little guy Wes, he saw it coming and moved out of the way. You see how far?
Yeah, he did. He's like, I'm moving away from these crazy ladies. Well, we have assured Bobeth over and over that if Linda had wanted to do it,
I couldn't have.
She
not
couldn't.
in a million years. Not
I,
in a million
but the
years.
funny part is I don't believe her. She used to do this when she was young.
You think I'm
I
good
feel
at
like
this?
these are some inside skills she's just letting
I
out.
never
You
said
never
I
know
was
with
good
Linda.
when I was young. I just
she
said
has
I
a lot
did
of
it.
skills. Well, you can see the professionals in action, or at least people who are competing at the Manatee County Ranch Rodeo. It is coming up on February 18th, and for more information on that, you can go to MCCA for the 9th Annual Ranch Rodeo. Best place to find that is on Facebook. All right, it is time for our first hot topic. And Bradenton nightlife may soon get about 5 decibels louder. City officials said it's not necessary to create a specific entertainment district for louder music. Rather, they've decided that noise levels could be allowed to go up to 80 decibels all across the city. The city also decided that when someone complains, the noise would be measured from the complainant's property, not right in front of the establishment. Public hearings still have to come next in March, but many say this will help Bradenton create a lively urban core. All right, Beneva, not to bring up old urban legends, but
Hey.
I hear that you are familiar with
Louder.
noise complaints.
Very much so. Just from my house. No.
So we'll ask you first as the entertainer on the set.
Well, here's what I think, and I think Sarasota should adopt a very similar measure. I think if you're going to live downtown in an area, you have to be able to cope with what happens in a downtown setting, and that includes live music. It includes late nights. If that's where you want to live and that's where you choose to live, then that's where you should be able to understand what's happening around you and the nightlife.
I agree with that.
Oh, I do too.
But I don't know what 80 decibels is. How high is that?
Not very. I mean,
not
we'd have to
high.
bring in a meter to show you, but I mean, it's nothing that would offend you if you lived across the street. But if our
People are
areas
offended
wanted,
by anything.
but
you
then,
knock on a door and
then
some
don't
people
live
are
on an urban core. You know,
Right,
if we're trying
exactly.
to make a vibrant urban core. But I think here's the question. Are the residents that live in downtown Bradenton and downtown Sarasota, do they want a vibrant urban core?
Well, the residents in downtown Bradenton are almost non-existent, so they don't have
This
the
is
same.
true. They're not
they,
high-rises
yeah, they don't
right-
have
right
high
next
rises
to it.
right there. They have communities that are close by, but a couple
they're
streets
smaller.
over,
Uh-huh.
and all of them are. None of them are like high rises, and for some reason, when you're in a high rise, the noise travels
goes
up.
up.
You can hear it. So I think there's just a different environment, and I hate to say this, but the age level too is a little different in Bradenton. It tends
Yep.
to be a lot more younger people.
Absolutely.
In Sarasota, they're more retired and more affluent.
Well,
But sometimes they don't want that kind
With
of
all those new
combination.
condos going up, though, we need entertainment. People just can't stay in their condo all the time.
So the funniest line
Most
I
people
saw
are-
from the city meeting was, we don't want our people in Bradenton to go to Sarasota for entertainment. And I thought, wow, that is a scary thought, because we are constantly complaining that there isn't enough going
Well,
on
there's drag
in
queen
Sarasota.
bingo.
Exactly.
There is.
What
and
more
it's
could you want?
noisy, and we're okay with it. So ABC's pick for the newest Bachelorette is making headlines. She's black. Her name is Rachel Lindsay, a 31-year-old lawyer from Texas. She was a contestant on the current season of The Bachelor. This is the 14th year of the show, yet the first black lead for either The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. There has been one Hispanic bachelor. Are we surprised it took so long?
I'm not surprised at all. I don't understand where you people have been. Like, black people are never
I
highlighted
agree.
in many situations. The show is just one. Most TV shows, just one. You know, that's, and you're never the lead.
Well,
This time you are.
Well, very few.
she's an attorney. I thought she'd be smarter than this. I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
a
well,
Bachelorette
that's
fan.
the bigger issue. Why is an attorney going on The Bachelor to find a date?
She looks like she could get one by herself.
Well, I like the fact that she's open about, I want a family, I'm smart, I'm educated, she's very attractive. Now, I understand
She
that.
never thought of a dating app?
Well, I don't know, but she certainly is representative of the kind of woman we all would like to see as part of this, because it takes a little of the stigma away of, you know, I'm a so-and-so.
A bimbo, and I'm going to fight with the bimbo next to
you.
me for the man.
So
and he has
hopefully-
nothing to do with this. Yeah, I don't like that show. So.
I don't either. I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Maybe
but-
someone should send her like a Match.com subscription.
Or
So
we
you're
could
worried about her
round up
choice.
some guys.
Yeah, I tell you, she doesn't look like she'd have trouble finding any. Well, there are no guarantees in love, or maybe there are. It's called love insurance, and it is hugely popular in Asia. As in, a couple pays money to a company to say, we agree to get married within a set period of time. So if the couple does get married in that time frame, they get a payout, and it's usually larger than the amount of cash they put in. So why do it? Well, according to The Buzz, it's for a sense of security and the knowledge that their partner is as serious as they are.
Now, wait a minute. If Beneva and I decide to get married and we take out insurance and then we don't get married, we get money?
No, it's the
We
opposite.
don't get money.
You don't get
So
money.
you got to
Oh,
commit.
you're
then forget the proposal.
Right. It's
Darn it.
making this proposal a more serious commitment because there's
Oh.
money behind it. But here's what I thought was interesting. If the company can afford to pay even more than you put in when people go through with it, that means people are bailing.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
they wouldn't have money in the bank.
It's like
Yeah.
I think this is an excellent idea. I think a lot of people go into marriages not realizing the commitment and the struggle it will take to continue that relationship.
But you still don't realize that when you're engaged. You realize that when it's too late.
Yeah, when you're married.
no comment.
Most of us make
Engagements
it.
are
Hey,
fun.
I'm right there with you. Most of us make it through the engagement, through the wedding. It's the next year we're like,
Yeah.
oh.
I called off my engagement twice.
Well, then you'd
Really?
be owing some money.
Yeah. But we got back together. But that clearly
I wasn't going to ask you if it's the one that we're divorcing. Wow. I wish it was time for weather, but it's not.
Okay, I gotta sit here. Dang it.
Confessionals with Bobette.
We'll have to write a play about Bobette's life. This would be fun.
It'd be very interesting.
But Neva May, you may show up in the new skit. Are you a cell phone snob? According to Match.com, iPhone owners are 20 times more likely to judge a date who uses an Android phone. Well, because to some, an Android smartphone is a sign of defiance, Bobeth, of the mass market appeal of the iPhone. A cracked screen, now that's a serious deal breaker. Women, 86% likely to judge a date who has a broken smartphone screen. Is this really what we've come
Yes,
to?
I would.
You
Yeah.
would judge that?
Because if
Me
you're gonna walk
too.
around with shards coming into your face, then you really don't care about your details.
Very
And
interesting.
then I need
okay,
someone that
that's a
cares
point.
about details.
Okay.
But I do not judge people on their phones. I'll have to say that. Because they may change phones before you get married,
That's
and then
true.
they've got a nice one.
But yeah, I
Are
don't
you
know.
worried that someone's going to judge you because you're not an iPhone fan? Although I know you do.
No, I
use
do have one now, but I don't care if someone judges me. So there's a difference. I have a different stigma.
Well, that's why I could see you walking around with a broken phone because you don't care. You did at work for a long time.
I want people to. I like to present the worst, and then they have to love me at my
They're
best.
surprised when they see the best.
That's a good
I'm
theory.
messing around. That's not true.
You'd be
All right,
a
it's
good
a,
liar.
it's a dream come true for a petite princess. Her dad is a professional photographer and editor. He merged scenery shot in Europe with shots of his young daughter, 3 years old, dressed as Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
How cute.
This end result is completely enchanting, and a big reminder that the live remake of Beauty and the Beast hits theaters on March 17th. Can you imagine the thrill for
That
this
is
little
so
girl?
cute.
Those
I
are
know.
amazing.
Is that
Yeah.
her dad she was with?
No, I don't know who the Beast was. but
There's a great age difference.
there was an age difference between Beast and the Baby. We'll call it Baby and the Beast. How about
You
that?
would look at that.
All right.
That's illegal.
Something I hadn't considered. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, a new app to find a new job.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast. A beautiful afternoon. Temperatures warming into the upper 60s to low 70s. No rain around, just beautiful clear skies as high pressure has built in. Temperature right now 66. The dew point has really come down to 46 degrees right now. It will be a chilly night tonight. Northwest winds at 16, blowing pretty strong, keeping things cooler right along the area beaches. And the pressure has been rising all afternoon long. It's at 29.99 inches. And as high pressure builds in, weather usually is pretty nice, and that's what we're seeing right now. 67 in Jacksonville, 71 in Orlando. Miami now at 77, 75 in Key West, and Temperatures, as I said, inland a little bit warmer in Sebring and Avon Park, Wauchula, Mayaca City. Arcadia now at 75, even Northport at 73. Temperatures right along the coast, though, from Parrish all the way down to Inglewood into the mid to upper 60s at this time. We're looking for low temperatures tonight to drop down into the mid to upper 40s. We'll let you know about the weekend rain coming up at 5. See you then.
What if finding a job was just like online dating? Well, that's the idea our next guest had when creating Opportunity, an app that merges social media and job hunting. And here to tell us all about it is Giannis Coons. Welcome, Giannis.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you are no stranger to social media and the whole idea of being popular, because you were started off taking a picture that everyone knows about.
That's correct. I took the Miracle on the Hudson shot that was floating in the Hudson River, and then we were actually going to rescue the people. We're the first ferry to rescue about 30 people from that crash.
So you were on the ferry and saw this whole thing unfold in front of you and then had the foresight to take the picture.
We did. I didn't see it landing, but I saw when we turned around, the captain, who actually played himself in the movie, he told us we're going in for the rescue, and we went in and we had no idea what was going on, why I was there. I took one photo. I gave my phone to one of the people we rescued, and then about 20, 30 minutes later, we were back in New York.
That's crazy.
Was that in 2009?
2009, January, really freezing.
Oh.
Yeah.
So people were climbing up on the ferry. You were helping them up?
So we had this net that was pulled down, and then we were just helping people up. Me and another guy carried the stewardess who had a fracture in her leg. And I mean, it was just an intense moment, because when we were pulling up, it was just sheer silence. I could hear one baby crying, and it was just people looking at us, just get us out of here. It was,
Wow,
we were
and you
shocked.
guys just dove into motion.
And you learned the
met
power of
Sully and
social
everything.
media, too.
Yeah.
Well, I took that
firsthand.
photo, tweeted it, and within, I mean, the next morning I was on Good Morning America. I was having interviews
Everywhere.
with in Australia, in Europe, and I mean, it went
Right.
everywhere. I mean, it was retweeted and just went around the world.
Well, it's an amazing picture, and not just for the actual situation, but that picture is like very telling. So,
You did a good job.
yeah.
People thought it was fake for a little bit.
And what about Sully?
I haven't met Sully, but we've interacted on Twitter and email.
Oh, very
Okay.
good.
Well, speaking of Twitter and email, you then created an app, you know, after being a social media guru, because that's what I'm going to call you after that. You created your app Opportunity. Tell us about that.
Sure. So we were seeing what was going on in social and dating, and we thought there might be something there for connecting people for sales, for jobs, for networking, and that was the inspiration. How can we connect business, business professionals for outside their network as well? Because a lot of LinkedIn, a lot of these networks are about who you know instead of who you don't know and who can help you.
Okay. And, you know, tell us how it works. So this is what it looks like?
That's correct.
So-
That's the website, and you can sign in quickly with your email, and then start identifying what region, where you live, what industry, and what skill set you have. And then after that, we start matching. You can tell us if it's a good match, a bad match, and then you can start seeing, if you can, have an interview or meeting up with that person.
What has been the success like for some of the users?
So we're seeing a lot of success in partnerships and sales. We're doing, there's over 1,000 matches in an hour for us. So we have over 1.5 million users right now worldwide. Obviously, the biggest areas for us is where the biggest, like New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco, London, biggest hubs where people are kind of like tech savvy.
Okay, if you still have a job, will your boss see that you're looking for a new job?
You can actually indicate that you can't be seen by people at your current job, certain domains, so you can actually have those purged out of the results, and so they won't be showing up for other people.
Oh, very good. You're safe.
So you could be that passive candidate, which is the most attractive.
And so this is also was created here on the Suncoast at the Tech Center, correct?
It's we have an office here and also in Latvia, where I'm from, so I kind of split time between both places.
How does it work here on the Suncoast? I mean, this isn't a huge area like, New York or LA. Are we able to get that intermixing that you're looking
A
for?
little bit. I mean, there are tech entrepreneurs around here, so it's a little bit of a smaller group, but they are pretty passionate about it, and I think it's a great, obviously, living environment here. We have a quality of life that's pretty unparalleled from being in San Francisco, New York, where it's the cost of living, everything else is pretty high, and so I think if we can have more incentives, it'd be pretty impressive to do something here.
And you think we have the potential to be a Silicon Valley?
I mean, Silicon Valley is way ahead. We're not gonna replace it, but you don't have to be only in Silicon Valley to have a tech business anymore. And especially because of the costs that are incurred there, it's pretty astronomical. So now you can be here, you have a global presence and not having to have the costs of being in some of those hubs.
So someone like you is exactly who we want to attract here to Sarasota. How did you end up here? I mean, obviously you were in New York, you're from the other side of the world. What brought you here?
Lapland's a long way away.
Yeah.
We had, back in '95, I immigrated from Latvia, so I just ended up through high school here, and I have family here, so it's kind of been a home base for me.
That's great.
But I've lived in California and New York and DC, kind of all over the place.
All
but
the
this
major
has been,
cities.
yeah, it's been kind of all over the place.
Tell your friends we want
Yes.
more young tech entrepreneurs right here.
And more jobs.
And more jobs. That would be the other reason.
I forgot to ask that. You know, how does your app differ from the other ones?
The main thing is we are looking at outside your network, and you can also do outside regions. And then also we're using matching algorithms and machine learning to get smarter as you're using the app.
All right, well, thank you so much. And now you guys want to get more information, just visit myopportunity.com, and you can find the app actually in your Google and your iOS stores. So always go download that and start job hunting. And next, a player's preview with a musical Big Fish. We'll be right back.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Pro Cream by Dr. Anna, known as the facelift in a bottle, is an all-natural anti-aging formula that tightens skin and muscles, making you look younger. It's made in Sarasota with real pearls, Chinese herbs, and no preservatives. Visit our store or at pearlcreambydranna.com.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Pro Cream by Dr. Anna, known as the facelift in a bottle, is an all-natural anti-aging formula that tightens skin and muscles, making you look younger. It's made in Sarasota with real pearls, Chinese herbs, and no preservatives. Visit our store or at pearlcreambydranna.com.
The musical Big Fish is based on the novel and the 2003 Tim Burton movie. The storyline centers around a father-son relationship and the crazy stories Dad tells. Here from the Players Center with a preview is Michael Wogelman and Tristan Martin singing River Between Us. Take it away.
This river between us grows wider each day. He talks, but mostly has little to say. I've begged him to separate the truth from the tale, but the river invites him.
This river This river between us is selfish and cold. It flows where it wants to, it can't be controlled. My son doesn't want me to be who I am. He don't give a damn.
He only sees what he invents.
He only sees the black and white.
All make believe and all pretense.
And always wants to start a fight.
He doesn't change.
He doesn't stay.
And so the river winds its way. This river between us can never be crossed. And while we stay silent, we're violently tossed. I'll leave him to ponder.
I'll leave him alone.
'Cause he's made of stone.
He's made of stone.
He's made of stone.
He's made of stone. This river between us can rage like the sea. Holding on for dear life is my child and me. He'll come to his senses.
He's swimming and yet
he'll drop his defenses.
He's caught in a net.
And though I can change him someday, he'll regret.
This river between us.
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 Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Oh, I love it. It is a love story about a father and son.
It sure is.
It's a
I love
very
this man.
sad song.
Yes, because this happens to so many adult children and their parents.
It's definitely one of our
Tell
darker
me about
songs,
it.
but there's a lot of mixtures in black and white throughout the show, so good levels in the show.
So he really tells a lot of big whoppers.
Oh, yes. A lot of big tall tales in this show.
And do you call him out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
try
just
to.
like,
yeah,
eh.
I'm the more skeptical killjoy of the show, but I have my character arc and I progress.
But
So
aren't some of the stories true and you can't tell which one?
I mean, they're
It was a big
fabricated.
fish,
Yeah,
come
it's
on.
a big fish. It is a very big
The
fish.
big idea with the story is it's really about parenthood. It's really about, even though as an adult, as a child, you aspire to do so many things, and when you grow up, you find out what's real and what's possible and what's not, you know. And what this story does is it explains what you can do to inspire your children and get them to really believe and inspire themselves, even if it's not always true.
Even if
it's
it
giving
wasn't that big of a
inspiration.
fish.
It's giving the inspiration for the love of your son.
Oh, that sounds like a wonderful story. Thank you so much to the Big Fish at the Players Center through March 5th. And you can go to theplayers.org for more information. And coming up, we're going to have a unique fashion show from iConcept.
I'm Alan Cohn. A big win for Mosaic. The phosphate giant gets county approval to expand its mining operations in Manatee. What do opponents do now?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Although the financial crisis was some years back, it's still hurting many seniors today. But if you're a homeowner 62 or older, there's a mortgage program that just might make life a little easier. It's technically called a home equity conversion mortgage, but to keep it simple, let's call it a reverse mortgage loan. With the reverse mortgage, you can convert your home equity into cash.
We're not overwhelmed with paying the bills anymore.
And at the same time, eliminate your monthly mortgage payments.
We've got money in the bank.
You never give up ownership.
And smiles on our faces.
For your free information kit, call now. You'll have to pay your property taxes and insurance and keep up with maintenance, but you won't make mortgage payments. You'll receive money. For your free information kit, call now.
Call 1-800-634-1517 for more information. That's 1-800-634-1517.
Shop the President's Day event at Bacon's Furniture, where you'll find beautiful furnishings for your home at prices you will love. Look for the red tags for 20, 40, up to 70% off throughout the showroom. Save an additional 20% off our already low sale prices on Thomasville furniture. And don't forget, Bacon's has hundreds of items in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So this President's Day, shop the store that gives you more. Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can buy one for just $24,999 or save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab during Ram Truck Month. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check in with Chef Jay, who's in our kitchen from Jack Dusty at the Ritz. And you had a cooking word or a food that we do not recognize, katafi.
Katafi.
What is that?
The cooking word, katafi, yeah. It is shredded phyllo dough.
Okay, and its purpose is?
Well, in this particular dish, it adds a nice little crust, a little texture to the dish. Phyllo has a variety of uses, whether it be savory or dessert, you know, sweet. Yeah, this one adds a nice little crunch to the fish.
Always creative at Jack Dusty. All right, we'll join you in the kitchen in just a few minutes. Linda?
Well, speaking of creative, fashion design is an art, and nowhere is that more evident than at iConcept, where local designers create unique styles out of very unconventional materials. Lisa Berger, the executive director of Art Center Sarasota, and designer Ray Pepper are here to tell us more about this year's show. Oh, I saw the very first one of these. I think it is amazing. Tell us about iConcept.
Well, iConcept was created in 2009 as a way to make visual arts performance. So we enlisted a lot of artists and challenged them to do fashion from unconventional materials.
Unconventional materials. Ray, these are pretty unconventional here. This is something you used?
Yes, this is on an outfit called Pocket Full of Posies. It is the bag that your pillowcases come in when you buy new bed linens.
Oh.
And they've been made into a evening-size raincoat. Pocket Full of Posies have cutouts of lace curtains and tablecloths.
So
with
it's
flowers.
repurposing into fashion.
Right.
This is interesting. What is this?
Well, what we mean by unconventional, which was inspired by Project Runway's unconventional challenges that they do every year, is the artist designers are challenged to make clothing out of things that you would never make clothing out of. So they really cannot use fabric. They actually have to create the fabric.
This looks like fabric, is it not?
It's not. It's paper.
Wow.
This was by the artist Marcia Enti. You'll see the whole outfit in a few minutes. But she wove paper into a kind of a mesh, sparkly mesh.
Ah, that's very pretty. Now, you've had it 9 years. We cannot say what you're going to have this year, right?
We can't show this year's because it's a surprise. We like people to come and see the show with fresh eyes, and it's kind of a treat because we don't blast the pictures all over the media until after.
Until after. Now, what's going on here?
This is from last year's iConcept at Saks Fifth Avenue in the mall, and actually this is Ray Pepper. He is creating an outfit on Gwen, who is modeling today, out of leftover materials from all the artists.
Wow.
So it was a design created right on the stage.
Oh, look at this. Wow.
Yeah, this is from a few years ago.
That one.
They are beautiful.
And very Fashion Week feeling at the event.
Right.
That's fun.
We try to do fashion, but unconventional.
Are those rubber gloves?
Yes.
That looked a little unconventional.
That was unconventional.
Can you give us any tips on what to expect this year?
Well, we have a techno media presentation on a garment. We have just such incredible variety. Actually, this year we have a lot of lights.
A lot of lights.
A lot of LED lights and,
Oh, that sounds
glow in
interesting.
the dark, you know.
Oh,
things
fun.
and-
I'd like a dress like that. Well, you brought some models with you.
did.
These are from previous years, but let's take a look. I like this. Beneva, this is you.
This is
Look
me.
at this.
So what is this outfit made of?
Ray, this is your design.
This is the shelf lining rubber that you put under glassware in your shelves. The base of the dress is a commercial size onion bag.
Oh!
Lots of safety pins and washers from the hardware store for sparkle and pizzazz. The purse is made out of the lids from tomato boxes that again have been enhanced with onionware. And walking in the street, a hubcap was leaning up against the curb, and I'm like, that's the hat. The title of this is
That's amazing.
Prince Valiant meets Joan of Arc.
I like it.
I love it.
I would have never guessed the material that you're describing, because when you look at it, it does look like
It's
fabric.
very
and
glamorous.
it really looks like, you know, not pins and not washers.
Well, let's see the next one now. Here comes another one. This is very, very different. What in the world is that made out of?
Well, this is by Marcia Enti, and this is from last year. It's made out of paper tape measures, she says, were used by pediatricians to measure babies, and they're disposable. So
Wow.
she got a lot of them and curled them and made it into this fluffy jacket, and then you saw the base, which is woven paper also.
Paper, sort of like paper ribbons.
And it ends up looking so elegant.
And it's got a cutout, so it's very modern.
Yeah,
and
it's got a little
today's.
skin in there. And
And you could wear these to galas around here, couldn't you? And it wouldn't matter if
I don't
they're
know if you
paper.
can sit down in them.
It'd be a little unique.
Or probably go to the bathroom. Okay, we have one more. Now, is this one yours, Ray, coming up?
Yes,
That
this
is lovely.
And this is my model, Gwen, and she is wearing pockets full of posies. The party pants are lace curtains and tablecloths. The coat is the plastic bags that bedding is wrapped in and makes the pockets. And
So you can take your cell phone.
Hey, it's gonna rain soon.
Everybody will see it.
And if it rains on the way to the gala, you've got a evening-size raincoat.
There you go.
Oh, she looks like a bride. That is
Oh, it's so elegant.
beautiful.
Yes, and as I told you, somebody actually purchased this garment from Ray and wore it.
To their retirement dinner.
To their retirement dinner.
Yes.
Oh, I bet everybody will remember that dinner. If you want to make a splash. Can we see all three of them together now? Oh,
I
wow.
I think it's just so
This is the
amazing.
future.
Yeah.
Oh, they're beautiful. And coming up, you can see all of these together. There is going to be a fashion show, iConcept, and it's February 19th at Saks Fifth Avenue at the mall at UTC. If you want tickets and more information about the time and that sort of thing, artsarasota.org. Those are gorgeous. Congratulations, Ray.
Thank
Your
you.
girls look lovely, and so do all of them. Can't wait to see what else you've got in mind with all those lights.
Yeah, it's gonna
And
be
coming
fun.
up, we're going to learn how to arrange flowers with the Sarasota Garden Club.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
We consider the first 60 minutes the golden hour, the time that we can do the most to affect how a patient's going to do. I think what motivates all of us is that at the other end of it, we see them, smiling and happy and going back to their families. That's our greatest satisfaction. Sarasota Memorial Hospital is just an amazing place to take care of people.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The completion of a 3-month project in Venice, a tour of the improvements at Heritage Park. Plus a date with a shelter dog. A state park in Sarasota invites the public to meet and greet to try to get shelter animals their forever homes. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Haley, a pretty nice afternoon after a cool start. We're looking for chilly weather tonight, though. Lows will be into the 40s, even some low 40s well inland. 66 degrees right now and lots of sunshine. Not many clouds out there as a result. result of a large area of high pressure. Winds are still brisk out of the northwest. Those winds will be lessening somewhat throughout the day tomorrow. Titan radar not showing any rainfall around. All is quiet here as a result of that large dome of high pressure building in. And temperatures will be dropping down into the low 50s by 11 o'clock tonight. Current temperatures across the state in the 60s and 70s. More in your forecast at 5. See you then.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Once upon a time, there were children who didn't know the magic of books. They didn't have stories to introduce them to enchanting characters. Now you can give stories that change lives. Go to magicofstorytelling.com to give all children the chance to follow their dreams.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less. Up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
And welcome back. It's no secret that I do not have a green thumb. In fact, I have a couple dead orchids on my desk to prove it. But
those aren't orchids,
whatever they call. But that has not stopped us from enjoying the beauty of flowers by creating our own flower arrangements. Now, the Sarasota Garden Club has been a staple on the Suncoast for 90 years, and volunteer Jean Ruff is here to share some of her skills, and hopefully I can learn something from this. Welcome.
Jean, don't let her breathe on the flowers. It's her.
This is okay, Bobette. Anyone can do this. Today, you don't need a green thumb. You just need to have fun.
Okay, well, I do that.
So today, we're going to be making a rosy posy. We talked about posies, I know, with the models. Well, this is a rosy posy, and the reason it's called that was because in Victoria era, they made bouquets for bridal arrangements. And they would always have a rose in the center, and they would use concentric roses around it to symbolize the love. The love never ends.
And this is what we're shooting for over here.
Exactly. This is what we're going to be making today. So what I've got for all of you is a container.
With a little bit of water.
Right. And what I started with today was I started with some Oasis. This is green Oasis. And you can get this at any store, Michael's or Joann Fabric. It's really easy to buy. Then you let it soak for about 20 minutes.
Okay. Then it feels really cool,
and then it feels really spongy. Now, one thing that people often make a mistake is they buy foam that's for silk flowers and not for fresh flowers. So you need to make sure that you get for the fresh flowers. There is a difference.
Good to know.
All right, after you soak it, then you want to put it into your container. So we've got your containers here. And what I did was I put a little reindeer moss. And again, you can get this at Joann's Fabric, just a little moss around so you don't see the green on the Oasis.
Oh, yeah.
See how nice that is?
That's great.
Because you don't want to see that green. It just doesn't look too cool. Then what we're going to do today is we're going to take our roses, and each one has a different color rose, and we're going to start like a clock. So the first one we're going to put in the very middle. And I've cut them to the size already. You at home will have to use a little scissors.
Do I stick it all the way down?
You stick it down about 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch down, straight down in the middle.
Okay.
And if you're at home, you're probably going to use the scissors to cut the ends off to make sure they're nice and fresh.
Okay.
Then you're going to think of your container like a clock. So you're going to put the first one at 12 o'clock, and you're going to have it going out horizontally because it's going to bring interest.
The problem that I had to figure out where 12 o'clock was?
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll start with the beginning, the basic. Then you're going to go to 3 o'clock, and again, you're going to push it in about 1/2 of an inch.
3 o'clock. Okay.
And yours have squares, so that's really easy to tell the time on the squares for yours. And then you're going to go, of course, to 6 o'clock. You getting this, Bobette? You're getting good at this. All right, see? Everyone can do this. And then, of course, you're going to 9 o'clock next. And you've got your 4 flowers. This is the foundation for your arrangement. See how it's coming about?
Yes.
And you can do this with any type of arrangement you're doing. This is a great basic. Now what you're going to do is you're going to fill in going in that concentric circle with the rest of your roses until you have a nice design forming. So just go ahead and put them in again. They're going to go out a little bit towards you because you want to have those faces smiling of the flowers. Oh, shucks. And we do all kinds of things at the Sarasota Garden Club. For those of you all who don't know us, we are located down on 41 and Boulevard of the Arts down by the Hyatt. The address is 1131 Boulevard of the Arts.
While you're giving that, I just want to mention, you know, gardening has not always been part of your life, but recently became something important to you. Tell us what happened.
For my life personally? Well, actually, I was diagnosed with cancer in 2001, and I found that through working with flowers, through the smell, the feel, it just transformed me, especially when I was having chemotherapy and things like that. It took me to a whole different level, and I would arrange flowers till 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And I loved it, and my husband would come in the next day because he would buy me all these flowers, and he'd be like, wow, looks like a funeral parlor in here.
No, and you're like quite the opposite.
So I had a great experience with flowers. They mean so much to me. They just
How are you
transform
now?
me. I am great. I'm almost 10 years out now.
Oh,
so,
wonderful.
Congratulations.
Yes.
And you mentioned that there's one more thing we can add at the end here, and you called it for balance. Is that right?
This is for the rhythm. This is actually
That was
called
the word.
tink, and it adds rhythm to your arrangement, so it adds more interest. So in those little spaces, you're going to put that tink, you're going to just push it down into that green foam.
I never knew it had a name.
Yeah, and you can get this in all different colors and everything. It's great.
All right, well, the Garden Club is actually having an event. It's called Music in the Gardens Flower Show. It's February 18th and 19th. For more information, visit SarasotaGardenClub.org. And next, you can win a trip to Disney. We'll tell you how. We'll be right back.
Although the financial crisis was some years back, it's still hurting many seniors today. But if you're a homeowner 62 or older, there's a mortgage program that just might make life a little easier. It's technically called a home equity conversion mortgage, but to keep it simple, let's call it a reverse mortgage loan. With the reverse mortgage, you can convert your home equity into cash.
We're not overwhelmed with paying the bills anymore.
And at the same time, eliminate your monthly mortgage payments.
We've got money in the bank.
You never give up ownership.
And smiles on our faces.
For your free information kit, call now. You'll have to pay your property taxes and insurance and keep up with maintenance, but you won't make mortgage payments. You'll receive money. For your free information kit, call now.
Call 1-800-634-1517 for more information. That's 1-800-634-1517.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
If you want to rediscover the smooth, radiant skin of your past, consider a facelift, eyelid lift, or laser resurfacing from Faces by Fezza. Restore your natural, youthful appearance and the confidence that goes with it when you trust your face to the expert hands of Dr. John Fezza. Using a delicate touch, he gives you natural-looking contours, a clean jawline, and long-lasting results. Call today to schedule a private consultation, because when you look good, you feel good. Faces by Fezza at Center for Sight.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Welcome back. Here is something you do not want to miss out on. We are giving away a trip to see the View, the Big View. They are on location at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park at the Walt Disney World Resort. You can watch Suncoast View for the word of the day, of course, weekdays 9 a.m. or 4 p.m., and then enter the word at mysuncoast.com. How exciting that the View's coming to Orlando and Walt Disney World. Yeah, so a lot of fun, something to look forward to. Watch for the word of the day. And by the way, speaking of the Walt Disney World Resort, Animal Kingdom has a new fireworks show that opens this week. This is honestly one of my favorite parks because it's smaller and so easy to get around. It is called Rivers of Light. Absolutely stunning, some of the images that they are able to do with fireworks and lights, and that's coming out of that cool roller coaster mountain back there. So it looks like a volcano erupting, and then of course the Tree of Life all lit up with special effects as well. So something new and different always happening at Walt Disney World. An easy drive here from the Suncoast, but remember to watch for the word of the day. It is coming up soon. It'll be your chance to win. It is time now to head to the kitchen. We are happy to see Chef Jay from Jack Dusty at the Ritz.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Haley Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A Navy veteran beaten while trying to stop a turtle from being tortured. The Florida man talks about the attack at his apartment complex. And now taking a quick look at Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but traffic is backed up on I-75 in the northbound lanes from Bee Ridge past Fruitville Road. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Haley, a beautiful afternoon, and we're looking for a pretty chilly night tonight. Temperatures will drop down into mid to upper 40s for the most part. 66 degrees right now, plenty of sunshine and winds out of the northwest. A little bit brisk near the beaches, 16 miles an hour. The pressure 2999. That continues to rise as high pressure builds in. No rain around, and it will stay dry too through the overnight. We're expecting fair skies, a little bit on the cooler side by 11 o'clock, down into the low 50s, and it looks as though we will see a chance for rain come back to the weather picture. We'll talk about that coming up at 5.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Coming up Friday on Suncoast View, it is a circus extravaganza. Famed high wire walker Nick Walenda joins us in the studio for the entire show. We'll talk to him about his career, his inspirations, and I hear we might even try our feet on the wire. Plus hula hooping from the Circus Arts Conservatory, and circus ringmaster and master cook Joseph Bauer is in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here in the kitchen with Chef Jay from Jack Dusty. What are we making?
We are making Gulf grouper, a very popular fish in our restaurant, and we'll put with that some poached pears, some red Zinfandel poached pears, and then crust it with kataifi.
Oh.
Which
All
we
right,
learned
well,
what it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
so let's get started. What do you do first to the grouper?
So first and foremost, we want to get the grouper seasoned, some salt and pepper.
Okay, you do the pepper, I'll do the salt.
Okay.
And then I've got our pans nice and hot here, so we're going to add grouper to this pan.
We're ready.
And we want to put the seasoned side down first. I'll go ahead and put it in there. And then we'll put a knife to that shard there. We're going to use some rainbow
knife to the
shards.
shard?
So we want to chop a little bit.
Sounds violent.
Move it over here.
You want to, yeah, we'll put it on the cutting
Poor
board. Just
Linda.
give it a rough chop. Rough chop.
Okay.
Yeah, just rough chop.
Is that rough?
That's perfect.
Oh.
Perfect.
Everybody tells you that.
And a little salt, pepper on that fish, and then that shard is going to go into this pan here.
Do we have enough? Do I
Quick
need to
little
chop
whip.
some more?
That should be enough. Okay. That should be enough. And we'll put some salt and pepper on there. And then meanwhile, I've got the pears. They've been poaching.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right. So
We're all about that.
red Zinfandel, vanilla, cinnamon, clove, all those kind of flavors are going in there. So.
And then you just let it boil for how long, or not quite boil?
Until, yeah, just simmer along until the pear is tender. So I've skinned the pears and then cored them. I use a melon baller to take the core out.
That's a good idea.
Right? And so we want to slice this up, okay? Just nice thin slices from one end to the next.
All right, Linda.
I'm
You're good with that knife.
I am. Look at this.
That's pretty good knife work there, Linda. Those are nice and thin.
I don't have knives like this. I have to use steak knives to cut things.
I'm the same way. I use steak knives for everything.
At least
There
it's
we
not
go.
a plastic knife.
There. Is that good enough?
That's beautiful. All right, so we got to put it all back together on top of the fish. So the good thing about this
Wow,
dish,
that cooked very quickly.
so we're just searing it on the pan. The rest of it's going to take place in the oven.
All right.
All right, so we're going to sear and then bake. So
How long does it bake?
usually 12 minutes or so.
So still quick.
Yeah,
It's a
pretty
quick meal.
quick.
So I
Pretty
put it
quick
on there
meal.
now?
So we're just going to fan it across the top of that fish.
Fan. Oh.
Oh, so the pear bakes with it.
Pear goes
Look
on the
at you.
fish.
And Linda is a chef now.
And then finishing that
I
is
can
our,
put that on my resume.
there you go, kataifi. All right, so shredded phyllo. And that's just going to lay right over the top. Nice little crust. And then that
Look
goes into
how
the oven.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And of course, in the magic of TV, there's one already in there that has been cooking for us.
Yes, there
How long
it
has it
is.
been cooking?
It's been in there for about 15 minutes or so. The great thing about this with your grouper, you know, if you use about a 6.5, 7-ounce piece of grouper, your visual indicator is going to be when you have golden kataifi, the dish is done.
Oh. Put it right here.
All right. So we'll set that right there.
All right, as we wrap up, we're going to do some plating.
And then
Is this
we'll
on the
plate.
menu, Chef Jay?
This ran as a special 2 nights ago.
Oh.
And so I wanted to kind of share a little different take on a grouper dish, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys today.
All right, well, lots of creative
pretty.
seafood and other dishes on the menu at Jack Dusty and the Ritz.
Here we go.
Oh, it smells so
Looks
And then
so
the
good.
reduction from the pear I use as a sauce. I just reduce it even more.
Yeah, we don't want to waste
Nice
that good
and thick.
Zinfandel cinnamon vanilla mixture.
All right, that's it.
All right, that's
Oh, that's
gorgeous.
nice.
Bo Beth,
Thank you.
Divvy it up, girlfriend. No, no, divvy it up.
Okay, I'm trying to get a shot of it.
While we arm wrestle Bo Beth to get a bite of the grouper, Beneva Fruitville, we want to thank you. Put the night down for coming to hang out with us today.
I get a little violent when people take food from me.
Always a pleasure. Chef
you
Jay,
so
great
much.
to have you. Thank
you very much.
Are you cutting or do I need to rip it from you? There you go.
We don't have forks. Could you pass forks?
I'm just trying to get a bite
got
of
a
food.
knife.
All right, everybody.
Let's cut it
We
with
get
a knife.
excited when the
Thank
food
you.
shows up.
She needs that
Enjoy the rest of the day. Be sure to take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
All right.